This question is from Charles in Keating, Missouri. He says, I am not on any lifestyle websites. What is the easiest way to find a single guy to play with?
Oh, I know this. Have your wife dress really, really sexy, go to any bar, and throw a stone. We'll be right back.
Whatever you're doing right now while listening, know that you're being serviced. Not unlike anyone else getting serviced, we must be touching you in some way. We enjoy servicing you, but imagine feeling like you're constantly servicing someone for free. I love it, but that doesn't mean that my jaw doesn't get sore from talking, or that my hand isn't carpal tunneled from working that pen, or that my ass isn't completely worn out from sitting here all day making content. Again, I love servicing you. I wish I could do it more, to be honest. And getting full service for $5, that's a sweet deal, right? But taking it for free, that's gotta make you feel kind of dirty, huh? Stop feeling dirty in the guilt and go to room77live.com and become a member for $5. You still get serviced and so much more without all that dirty guilt. There, we just made your life a little better. You're welcome. And thank you to our newest members, Phil, Pigia, Jack, John, Katie 1313, Greg and Candace, Tez and Laws, Rick, and R&B Babies. Go to room77live.com and sign up now.
Did anybody come for transformation?
77 is how it is said in British English. 77. Although in American English it would be pronounced as 77. 77. 77. And now you know.
All right, Lauren, usually I start this thing off chipper, but I'm not in a great mood. Why don't you start? You just do it all.
Hey, Richard.
Hey, what's up?
What is that guy, Larry? The Seinfeld, but like...
Oh, Larry David?
Larry David, that's what you're...
That's what I feel like.
You sound like a little bit of it.
Kind of the mood I'm in. You have a bad day. You're supposed to do this thing chipper, but this one's going to have a bit of an edge. There, it just turned into Costanza. I have a little bit of an edge, Jerry.
This whole podcast in the form of Seinfeld characters.
Yes. So, how are you, first of all?
I'm so good. I'm glad you don't have the hiccup.
They just stopped. If everybody wants to know, I get stress hiccups. I know it sounds silly.
I think it's very cute.
It's not cute. It's like torture. If your body can do anything to torture you, it's hiccups. Uncontrollable hiccups. And let me tell you something, Lauren. They're not just hiccups, double hiccups. You don't just go hiccups. It goes hiccup, 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 hiccup.
Oh, that's awesome.
You hiccup twice. That's how out of sync and stressed out my body is right now because of all of the things that are happening in my little life. It's all imploding. And I don't want to blame you, but...
Okay, so divorce is not good to bring up now.
Let's just finish the podcast and then we'll talk about it. Okay, that's what we're going to concentrate right now. Just this. And then we'll talk about that
We're
after.
so close to making 100 episodes.
I know. And then syndication.
I love this. Anyone even know what that
nobody has no idea what I'm talking about. It just makes me sound so old. Syndication
Back
is
when they were just for network.
Thing. They're like, that's not even a word anymore. It's not even a word because it doesn't mean anything. You know what else, Lauren? Big announcement.
You're getting a penis enlargement?
Well, no, but is that what you want?
No.
Is that what you're asking for?
No, I just am always staring at your penis bottles that you keep on your desk for different sizes.
Don't tell people about that. No, big announcement.
Yes.
February Flirt has been announced.
Yes, it has.
Flirt is here. Tell them all about it. Well, first, it's what everybody's been waiting for. It's just magic. And I want to tell everybody, don't wait too long. More than 50% of the rooms gone.
Yes.
And if the other 50% sell, that would mean that 75% of the rooms are already gone.
90% left that are left.
Right. Book now. Really, 50% of the rooms are gone.
Yeah, they are. So February always has a special energy to it. I think it's because everyone is cold. They come down here and they're frisky. They're flirty. It's a great party. It's going to be kind of a special party this year. I can't tell you why.
There's two special things that are happening at this party. Party within a party. There's a theme that I think everybody's really, really going to enjoy. That's going to envelop the entire
party.
The entire party. It's going to be really, really fun. We're also giving away free penis enhancements. Where do they go? Tell them where they go.
You can go to room77life.com or room77events.com, or you can find us on any of our social media. Ask me questions. Come find me. Come book.
They're also listed on STC and Cassidy. You can look there and RSVP. So the episode, what is it about? Let me look at my note. My one note.
I just made one note.
Ah, yes. I have it right here. It's a story filled with travel and adventure and exhibitionism and a lonely voyeur and an attempted rape.
Oh, God.
Not me. I was almost raped.
I know. It's so awesome.
Yeah, I didn't almost rape someone.
No, you've already done that.
Not this time. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, no, I was almost raped.
And I was there witnessing the whole thing.
Not doing anything.
Maybe cheering it on a little bit.
Yeah, a little bit. Seeing the fear in my eyes, scratching #MeToo into a wall. You did nothing. But in this particular episode, we are going to talk about the types of parties that exist in the lifestyle. We went to a friction party in New Jersey with Shivers and had a really good time there. I didn't know how it was going to go. This is a group that we've never been to. We don't know their people. We're not familiar with them. We have Shivers really brought us there.
Yeah.
Sponsored us to go to a party, basically. And they pick us up at the airport. Really nice guy, Patrick, who took care of us. It's very nerve-wracking to go to a new party. Whenever anybody goes to an event or a party where you don't know anybody, you're not familiar with that group, it's already very, very stressful, right?
There's a flow to every kind of group. And when there's, these parties that happen over and over again, people go again. And then you're like, I don't know where to go. I don't know where the such and such is. And people just know stuff. And you feel out of place by being a new person, but you also feel out of the environment. And it's very scary.
We also had another couple that dropped everything to meet us there. Now, before we get into my tragic almost rape story and my doctor story, because I was on call for the entire Friction event and I saved someone's life and put his penis in my hand gently twice for too long. I think I'm supposed to say the name Natasha, and I don't know why.
Okay.
Go on.
Shout out Natasha.
Mm-hmm. And maybe John. Still not sure. There's really only 3 or 4 different types of party. I don't think everybody's prepared for that when they go to a different type of party because it's not really sold as a type of party.
Right.
But they definitely have categories. We're going to sort of go over those types of categories. We, because we're professionals, know what type we're at when we get there or before we get there. But you, as a person who maybe hasn't been to all of them, might get there and be like, this is weird, or this is different, or this is awesome. I've never experienced something like this before. So we're just going to talk about the difference and maybe the positives and what the negatives, the things that may work for you, may not work for you.
And it's not necessarily about what to expect because we don't really want to douse you with expectations, but you do need to understand so that you have a better handle on everything when you show up.
Exactly. And a way to recognize it. This is how I should mentally prepare.
Right.
Which is what I do when I have to do time. We took a little trip to Estados Unidos. The 2 states we chose were Florida and Jersey.
Nuevo.
Yeah, we went to New Jersey, but we went to Florida first. I enjoy Florida.
You say Florida funny, like a New Jersey person.
Where I'm from, that's how I say it. So we had to get a driver's license because we need it for some business stuff.
Yeah, it's good to have a driver's license.
Some banking, makes a little banking from here easier and stuff. And I had to get my driver's. I studied so much for this driving test.
Yeah, so your brother freaked you out because he was like, oh, Richard, everything's changed since Lauren got hers. Now you're required to take a driving test, like a computer test, and you may have to drive the car.
You may have to drive. The driving part I wasn't worried about.
Yeah.
Oh, I killed it.
Watch this. Watch me parallel this bitch.
Yeah. And someone asked me, they're like, can you even parallel park anymore? I'm like, 20 years in LA. It's one thing I can do
100%
is friggin' parallel park. So I studied for like 3 days.
It was so cute.
I took every test I could find online. I was getting frustrated because I memorized every question and I thought, I'm ready. And then I got there to the DMV, which was lovely, by the way. It was very organized. It was clean. I found everyone to be very polite. And I'm ready to take the test. Brought my number 2 pencil with me. He's like, all right, just stare at the camera. I'm like, oh, I guess that's just it. I did have a license before. It was just expired and it had to be replaced. But I thought I was going to have to, talk about yields and merging and
what color cane a blind person has.
White.
Not red.
It's not red.
It's
not red. So we did that. We got there and we checked into this hotel. It's lovely. We stayed in Delray Beach. Beautiful little town.
I know, it's so cute.
The hard part about staying in Delray is I want to have sex with everyone in Delray.
Oh my God.
It is a little bit hard to tell if the guys there are with their wives or daughters.
Yeah.
It's a little,
I'm on the edge.
Yeah, I'm on the edge. I'm like, I don't know if you're out with your girlfriend or your daughter. I'm not quite sure.
Trying to read the body language to get a vibe.
I'm still going to hit on her. I'm going to take the chance because she's pretty hot.
And no one wore bras.
No one wore bras. Amazing.
Like
right?
what happened to us? Is it because we live in Mexico? Is that the new thing and we don't know?
I guess.
We enjoyed it. There were some cute single guys that we were like, look at him.
Really hot people.
Kept trying to throw out what hotel we were in. Hey, just, room 308.
Yeah.
If you want.
Yeah. I'm going to use another Seinfeld reference here, which is crazy. We had reserved a king size suite in this really, really pretty, sexy hotel that our friend suggested to us. And we do everything she tells us to do anyway. So we just booked it. I was really looking forward to just getting sexy in there. Okay, we get up to the room and there's 2 beds in there. We're like, well, this is weird. We ordered a king. This is not a room. Let's go back downstairs. And there's no terrace, which I thought was in each room as well. It's very clear to me at that point that they changed our room from the one that we booked. We go down there. I say, pull out the reservation. I say, hey, we reserved a king room. And he says, yeah, the thing is, though, is we have an event here and we don't have that room anymore. Mm-hmm. Here comes the Seinfeld. You see, that's what a reservation is for. Anybody could take the reservation. It's the holding is the important part. I bought that room. Now your job is to hold it until I get there.
That's what
Here I am.
Yeah, that root word means.
Right. So they said, well, we can change you into another room with a king bed. I'm like, oh, this is great.
Easy.
Great. Has a terrace. This sounds fantastic. We get up there. Mm-hmm. However, the sexiness is gone, right? These are the things that I noticed. Oh, it's a handicapped accessible room. Quickly, I realized they renovated the hotel, but for some reason, we'll save money. Let's cut corners with the handicap.
What's up with that?
The handicap don't need to be sexy. That's what.
That's not fair.
I'm in an old, decored, handicapped, accessible room with a porch and a king bed. Not that bad. Just in case an orgy happens, I have the king bed. B, balcony, not because that's the letter it starts with. B, balcony is in choice in case we want to be exhibitionist-y or the crowd that usually forms outside when we have sex has a good vantage point to be able to watch.
Right.
It's something we like to do for the people. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, but I asked you, I was like, do you want to blowjob on the balcony? And you were like, no, we can't do that. That's too much.
Yeah, because you, Lauren, don't know how to survey.
I know. I take it to the next level.
You don't go outside and do a survey. Mm-mm. You know what I mean? I'm like the OSHA for the lifestyles. I go in, I look around, I take a little gander, and you didn't notice that to your right, above you, and to your left, right, you is just
clear views.
So it could be like, a child just staring at you, your hoary mouth. You don't know.
Yeah.
From the street, if a child sees your hoary mouth, that's their problem. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean?
That's the parent's fault. That's bad parenting.
Yeah. Watch where you're going, kid.
Yeah. Put them on a leash.
Stop looking in my room. But if there's a room next to you, then it's a little like, they're going to call the front desk. Can you get the whore in the room next to me to stop being so hoary? Yeah, we're with the event and we're not lifestyle. And the person's like, I don't even know what lifestyle is. And they're like, well, we're not. So that night we meet friends for dinner and then we bring them back to fuck. Just like that. Do you want to come back to fuck? Yes, we do. Let's go fuck. When we go back to fuck, we begin by taking off our clothes, which oddly is how we always begin.
So strange.
I walk over to the window and I'm about to close the curtains. And I notice on the first floor is a man across the street is a little Irish pub, if you will. There's these little benches out front with picnic tables. They use them as tables.
Right.
And at that bench is a person sitting, staring directly into our room. I'm like, huh. And I know these people that we're with.
Yeah.
And I know that they don't mind being exhibitionists. So I say, you know what? I'm not going to pull the curtain. That's why I got this room. I got this to be exhibitionist-y. So I'm not going to pull the curtain. I'm going to put the sexy lights on and I'm going to see what happens. But I have my eye on this person the entire time, right? You start getting undressed. We start doing things. And I motion to you and I'm like, there's somebody watching downstairs. Look, I was doing SEAL Team 6 talks during sex. I was with my 2 fingers on my eyeballs. I was like, look, outside, downstairs, guy, looking in, holding weapon.
Weapon.
No, but you saw that, right? And then you looked down and you were like, oh my God.
I was like, well, it was hard to tell if he was moving and I couldn't see where his direction was. But I think that he was trying to be so still as if if we wouldn't see him.
That's exactly what happened. Because
was it really?
Yeah, absolutely. Because then when we told them, I was like, there's a guy down there that's been watching. I'm going to jump ahead here. I wasn't going to jump ahead, but we had told them, it was like, there's a guy down here that's been watching the entire time. Because I didn't really want to tell them.
Yeah.
But I know they wouldn't care. They were like, where? Let me see. And they start staring at the guy. I don't know if you've ever seen prey, like when something is about to be eaten by another animal, how absolutely still the prey gets to pretend that they don't exist. That's how still this person was, to the point that we as a group started to debate whether or not this was a person or if it was a mural that we were all staring at, thinking it was an actual person.
Yeah.
But our friend walked out the door and started swinging his hard dick out there to try to get him to move. But he didn't flinch until he finally actually just got up and moved. And we're like, that is an actual person.
When you see someone down and you're looking down at them, do you know how much they can see back of what we see? Is it the same, or do you have to be closer to the window, or do you have to light it correctly? Like, how much can they see in of what we see of them?
Great question, Lauren. I'm glad you asked for the listener. If you're not a glass expert like I am, because I've been dealing with a lot of window tinting at the moment, if you put a film on a window, it's going to tint, and that's going to reflect the light, whichever way the light is going. In this case, we had more light on our side. So that means he's going to have a better vantage point on his side.
Oh, okay.
In the day, it would be the opposite. So it would be more difficult to look in because it's darker inside the room and it's reflecting the light. Basically, what we were giving him was a large screen television.
Excellent.
Yeah, which was the point. Really?
Yeah, absolutely. I feel like he knew what he was doing.
Of course he knew what he was doing.
He chose this spot because this particular hotel has maybe had some people do the same thing before. I don't think it was his first time.
No. I think he loves that spot.
I think it's his seat.
Now, this is what happened. And this is going to be a quick story because it's not even really the story of us going to New Jersey. But while we were fucking, I go down on this little hottie that I always go down on and start fucking her like an animal. Boom, boom, boom. He must have been down there on the first floor at this Irish bar thinking, that guy's a fucking porn star / superheroes. I mean, Jesus, look at them go. But it must have been like, God damn, this disabled dude is awesome.
He doesn't even look handicapped to me, not the way he's moving those hips.
But God bless him. He's just working through that disability like a champ. And then you're on the bed. He sticks his dick in you and premature ejaculates. And I thought, if that guy that's looking up there saw that, he'd be thinking, oh, that's embarrassing. That's the handicapped guy.
Yeah, that's his room.
In fact, that's how he got the handicapped room.
Yeah.
Hi, I need the special shower. I'm a premature ejaculator. Let me tell you something. That's because of that tight little pussy of yours.
Well, I mean,
it is. You got a tight little pussy. It's because I got a tiny little penis. That's why you're so tight. But that's that tight little pussy. I don't think some people are ready for it. That's what happens. So they put it in you. It's like a death grip. And it's like, oh my God, that's really tight. It came. That happens.
He was doing that thing, like when guys are like, there's that. Yeah, the 30 seconds where you're like, I could thrust one more time, or I could just pull out and pause and then change positions or whatever. It was the 30 seconds. He went in for one more thrust and then he was like, God damn it.
Yeah.
It wasn't like a sexy one. He was just like mad at himself. He came all over my back.
Came all over your back. I then, like a man, went behind you and fucked you with cum all over your back. And it was one of the hottest things that I think I've ever done because it was a lot of cum and you looked disgusting and so hoary. I had a lot of fun doing that. We had told a story about this couple before, and he was the same guy that was like, do you want me to go again, Jack?
Yeah.
He'll just start fucking again.
Yeah, I came again.
So then I got to think the guy outside watching us fuck is like, well, that can't be real because he's got a huge cock and then he just came. Sorry, boss. Well, I can go again if you want, Jack. Holy shit, that's fucking Dirk Diggler, a little bit older. By the time I closed the curtain, he was still down there looking up. I don't know if he thought a second shift was coming, but...
He thought we were real whores.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know.
Next couple.
I don't know if you're listening to this, but you are very welcome. And now you know handicaps can do everything you can do. This is where we begin the story. I was almost raped.
Oh, yes.
Yeah. So just so everybody's prepared, trigger warning, just stay tuned because...
Grab some Kleenex.
For your cum. This is what happened. We leave Florida and go to New Jersey. Get off the plane. Airline crushed our bag. But honestly, couldn't be more impressed with JetBlue.
That was amazing.
Let me just give a shout out to JetBlue because they they've wanted to be a sponsor for a really long time. And we don't have room for them. Yeah. But I'm going to just give them a free one.
Yeah, right? You should.
Yeah. So let me tell you what happens with JetBlue and the difference between American Airline, which I don't want to sound biased or anything, but American Airline is the worst airline in the world.
You can't even say their name correctly because it's so shitty. It's airlines.
We get the bag comes off of the thing, and and I grab the bag, and someone looks at me with pity, and then hands me one of the wheels.
It was like the bag was coming around, and the wheel was right behind it. You grab the bag, and then she's like, "Sir, do you want this?
Do you want your wheel?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I'll take my wheel." So I take my wheel, and we go into JetBlue, and we're like, "Hey, JetBlue."
Yeah.
And she's like, "How can I help you?" And I said, "You broke our bag." And JetBlue says, "Well, let us just give you a new one." And we're like, "What?" And she's like, "Yeah, I got a bunch back here, brand new, out of the box, in the plastic." She's like, "What color do you want?" I'm like, "I love JetBlue." So listen, JetBlue, in our books, you rock. American Airline, you can suck my balls. American Airlines sucks. They just sucks on every level. Not only do they suck on just a service level, their personalities suck. And then guess what else?
What?
You get on the plane and then you take off and you go to get it to Wi-Fi.
Yeah.
And they want like $30.
Yeah, JetBlue, free.
Yeah. Why? Because
it should be.
It should be. It's fucking Wi-Fi. What are you, American Airlines? You a fucking cruise?
It's so stupid.
Jesus Christ.
Well, you can use your miles if you want to use up your miles.
Which is what I did. So it's only 24,000 miles to get Wi-Fi.
For an hour.
Great. Thank you. Thank you, American Airlines. So generous of you. Please allow us to bail out your fucking company.
Tell us how you really feel. We already said this was going to have a little bit
of an edge.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. That's the end of the podcast. All right. So
we went to Jersey where you grew up.
We go to a party. Before we get into that, thank you, Friction. Thank you, Shivers, for bringing us there. Thank you, Friends, for meeting us there. The party was amazing. We had a great time. Some of the prettiest people we've ever seen, right?
Yeah, it was a really beautiful party. And it wasn't like flashy, but it was a fucking awesome time. A really fun time.
Yeah. And this is going into the types of parties that we'll get into in a second. But speaking of this event alone, we had no idea what we were getting into. We get thrown right into the pool party. Land and go to the pool. And there you are. And immediately people start walking in the door and they're beautiful. It's like we're casting The Bachelor or The Bachelorette. I'm like, a normal person's like, fuck yeah. I'm immediately like, oh no.
You're like, I need to go do push-ups.
I need to go fix my face. Yeah, immediately. I'm going to go hide in my room because it gets a bit intimidating. But it also immediately starts to give you a feel for what kind of party this is going to be because the big stuff happens at night.
Right.
The nights were good. A lot of the socializing was the lobby, believe it or not, which I didn't hate. Most of the people weren't taking the music until after midnight on the 6th floor, which
after party,
yeah. But most of the socializing took place in the actual lobby of the hotel, which I really enjoyed. I don't know if it was on purpose or by accident.
Yeah, it was awesome.
There's one thing that people love to do in this lifestyle. It's socialize.
It had sort of areas for you to do everything.
You had a lot of guys that thought you were attractive, and you thought that a lot of guys there were attractive. I saw you googly eyes. There was a lot of girls there that I thought were attractive that would not speak to me. So that was a good sign that it was a good party.
Yeah, you were going to get laid for sure. Like
I was not getting laid, except by my rapist. If anybody doesn't know, just go Google the character Venom with Tom Hardy, the Marvel character.
Yes.
Because Venom and her husband, if you don't know the superpowers of Venom, those arms and grabby, sticky arms that you have, that's how I was being treated most of the night. So I had nowhere to run, hide, or control my own body because if I tried to escape, it was impossible.
She was like, no, Richard.
Nope. I could be across the room and I was being controlled by this little Venom slut's arm. I don't know how she grabbed onto me, but this is how she met. This is her first contact with me. I was sucking on a lollipop. Mm-hmm. She walked up to me. She said, take your lollipop out of your mouth. Now I'm going to kiss you. And then she started making out with me. It's
aggressive.
That is aggressive on a whole new level because you not only sexually assaulted me, took food out of my mouth.
Yeah, you came over to me. You're like, honey, she just made out with me. I just made out with her. And I was like, okay.
And then walks around and tries to rape everyone else. And I feel like, you don't even make me feel special about the rape.
It's just how rapists are.
Either way,
Yeah,
I'm okay with it. I'm sticking my dick in her. That's how it ends tonight.
Check out my body, join the flow.
In 60 seconds, we'll be back with life-changing information. Lauren, if anybody was ever thinking about plastic surgery because they felt insecure about how they looked in a bikini, I have a better first step. It's a bikini addiction bikini. Now, I've been around these resorts and I've seen these women stroll around in bikini addiction bikinis, and I thought, wow, she is a knockout. And then I see the same woman later in another brand, and I think, hard pass. Look, I'm saying if you want to get surgery, go right ahead if it makes you feel better. But I'm also saying, from what I've seen with my own eyes, try a bikini addiction bikini first. Guys, if you ever had those secret thoughts that your partner should get a little work done, I know it's a terrible thing to say out loud, but we've all thought it. Start with a bikini addiction bikini first. A new study by 11 textile scientists hired off of Craigslist found that most women become 73.6% more attractive in a bikini addiction bikini compared to 13.5% in other brands. And that's not all. The control group reported women get more positive, more pleasing, and even more orgasmic. Apparently, our fake scientists believe that the fabric is promoting some magical endorphin reaction that the other brands can't produce. But it happened in 99% of the participants. 99 because there's always some uncontrollable bitch in the group. Don't fight the science and the medicine. Don't go for the knife. Go for bikini addiction bikinis. It's cheaper, no complications, and the only downtime is you being pleased in bed after he sees you in it. Lauren, where do they find them?
Head on over to bikiniaddiction.com. Be sure and use our promo code when you check out room77 and you'll save 10% while getting hotter. I'll put all that down in the show notes for you as well.
Check out my body, join the flow.
Now, I'm gonna call my raper Dakota. I'm going to call her that because that's what she told me to call her. Now, Dakota's husband, he likes us a lot. And I can see that in his eyes, he's saying to me silently, there's nothing I can do for you.
Save yourself.
I can't help you. So before we get into my tragic rape story and my doctor story, I was there on call at the friction party for everyone, but mostly for a man who needed my tender hand on his penis. Before we get into that, we wanted to talk about the types of parties and what our opinions are, the 4 types of parties that are out there that are not necessarily advertised. Like you don't say like, hey, come to our event in Isla Mujeres. It's the dancy
baby fuck party.
Put a trademark on that because
we're working.
Dancy fuck party.
Well, Diddy didn't use it, so we can use that one. Yeah.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
Use dancy fuck party and also scoop up baby oil dance party. If he doesn't have that one, I'd actually like that one. All right, so here are the 4 because we did this sort of Venn diagram of in our minds. We didn't actually do a Venn diagram, but like on the one side you have this. What are the raves?
Coachella or
Tomorrowland. Yeah, and then on the other side you have like nudist resorts, right? So on either side of that spectrum, you have couples that are in the lifestyle that are at a nudist resort, and you have lifestyle people that are at these raves, right? And they're infringing upon the circles of the Venn diagram. That is on the extreme side, right? And then everything sort of coalesces in the middle of this circle, which also represents a vagina.
And it also represents our party because we found the perfect center.
Well, that's what we aim for. Easier said than done. Let's just say that.
Right.
It's a lot easier said than done.
All right. So here we go. On the far side, we got party, rave.
Right. Party, rave. On the other side, naturist.
Here's my junk, but don't touch it.
Yeah, not really thinking about sex at all. I'm just here because I like my junk out.
Right.
On either side of those, there are people who legitimately love the music. There are people who legitimately just love having their junk out.
Right.
But there's also people who are in both worlds.
Right. It's when you take that lifestyle circle, the lifestyle circle envelops on those things.
Dirty Vibes is a great example. They just sort of cross over into the world of rave and music centered, 50-something DJs, purgatory.
The lights are fucking on point. I mean, it's just amazing. It's amazing presentation, right? It's a fucking party.
It goes till 6 a.m. Is sex the first thing on these people's minds? Usually not. It's not a priority like playrooms are for a lot of people. That's the party you're going to.
Right.
You as a person, as a patron, if you book this thing, you have to adjust. You have to be like, all right, this is the party I'm going to. Because if you're looking for a certain thing, it is harder at those events usually to socialize sexually. It's just harder.
There's a lot of people and the music's loud. I always end up trying to have conversations with, and then by day 2, my voice is gone.
You are looking for that and you show up at this party. It can become very intimidating. They know what the other half is thinking. They're not necessarily there for that. They just want to have a good time, that's what their thing is. You have to adjust. They don't have to adjust.
Exactly.
They know why they're there.
Exactly.
Right? But you have this constant problem of people coming into events and saying, this event sucks because nobody was fucking by the pool. That's not the event you're.
Right. You chose the wrong event.
Now you slide over to the next type of event. It's more of that. Now you take the music element down, you bring the social and sex up a bit. The music and the partying comes down a little bit. The volume literally comes down a little bit.
Yeah.
You move into that world. Now, the things you have to deal with are you may start getting hit on by people that you don't want to be hit on. It could become a drag in the sense of you're like, oh my God,
I just wanted to come and dance my ass off.
And this guy's annoying me. This couple's annoying me. And I just want to get my freak on and just dance on the dance floor. The worlds start to mix. Then there's the third one.
Is more like about activities and learning stuff and connecting and making friends and that kind of thing.
There's a ton of workshops. There's tantra people there. It's not so much about the party. It's really about connecting and a deeper meaning to it all.
Right.
Which is, again, not for everybody. So if you show up and you're looking for EDM music, I don't think you're at the right place. That's not your event.
Right.
And then the last one, what is the last one?
The last one is like, it's super curated. And
Sanctum.
Dinner with douchebag.
Yeah, have dinner for $1,500 a head and have an experience.
Yeah.
Which we went to once, never again. You're being sold an experience that doesn't exist. It's dick swinging and bullshit.
You're not going to find better looking people just because it costs more.
You cannot buy an experience in a lifestyle. And I'll say this and we'll get into my rape story because this particular party was held at a Holiday Inn. A Holiday Inn.
Yeah.
And some dickbag is going to try to sell you a ticket for thousands of dollars and promise you something that you can get at a party that you can find at a Holiday Inn. I would imagine you're smarter to know that this person is not looking for you to have a good time. They're just looking to make a shit ton of money. That's all they're looking for.
Absolutely.
That's the fourth kind. And we are staunch believers in go to every type of party, depending on who you are.
Yeah, and you'll find your people.
Here's the rule. Don't try to change the party once you're there. You have to adjust to what party you're at. If you're one of those people and you wind up at one of those parties, don't bag on the party. Don't be like, oh, this party sucks because, I thought the music would be better. I thought the music would be louder. I thought
be quieter.
We hear sometimes we're like, I thought there'd be a workshop or something. Well, there's not. Okay.
No, it's not what we're doing.
And we want our people to dance and hang out. That's the vibe we want to give off. There are other people who want to party till 6 a.m. That's them. If you want to party till 6 a.m, go find a party that's going to party till 6 a.m.
Exactly.
That's cool. But don't
say it was a shitty party because no one was naked.
Right. Just adjust and go to bed.
Yeah.
Like that's where you wound up. It's you.
Exactly.
That's the kind of group. And just don't go to the fourth party because that's just a waste of money and time. But about the friction, that was in between. I would say, the funny, dancey, sexy party. The fun, dancey, sexy party.
Yeah, there was not I think there was topless only, but there wasn't.
It was actually clothing optional.
Oh, the whole thing with clothing optional.
Yeah, it was clothing optional. It's just nobody got naked, which is par for the course for this type of party.
That's why I didn't even know.
The sex is important to them. The music is sort of important to, which would happen at night on the 6th floor. You saw more of that because the music scene didn't happen. It happened more upstairs, which almost didn't happen, which I'm glad it did happen because I would have missed out on the best part of the event as far as I'm concerned. But I got off track and now I have to get back to my rape story or my not rape story. But you'll know.
So you try and tell her, let's go up to the room. We're going to do the penis injection. We got to go to the 6th floor. Then what happens?
Right. But we're not dumb people. I know how this works.
Mm-hmm.
I know that as soon as I stick this penis injection in them, the orgy starts.
The dick's going to get hard.
Yeah. So I have to tell everybody like we're a team in a huddle. All right, look, this is what's not going to happen. We're not going to inject the penis. The penis is going to get hard. And then we're all going to wind up having sex in here and never make it to the 6th floor. Okay. That is not what's going to happen tonight.
Okay?
Oh,
I promise. I promise.
No, why would we do that?
Yeah,
no, it's not going to happen.
I promise.
We don't do things like that.
Yeah.
You're a rapist. I don't believe you.
You've made out with 10 people and you're a horny girl.
Right. There's 1, 2, 3 ladies and 1, 2, 3 guys. Is that correct? Or
No,
more?
there was 4 ladies.
4 ladies.
3 guys.
3 guys. I go to inject his penis. He's very afraid. I give him the first shot. I give him all the instructions. I give him I give him the safety manual. He watches the video, takes the test, right? I may have held on to his cock a little too long. Whatever. He didn't care. So what does everybody do? They surround him with cameras.
And lighting.
I'm like, what are you doing to this poor guy?
Oh my God.
Anyway, he's so scared this shot doesn't take. So I have to shoot him again. I feel bad for him. I really do.
I felt bad. I was trying to pull people in the other room. Like, guys, can we give him a little bit of privacy? Let's not, stare at him like we're in a monkey exhibit where we're up against the glass watching him.
I did. And the second time, even after the second time, I shot him and he's just the entire time he's beating his dick like it owed him money. That one sort of took. Inside of 20 seconds, Dakota, my rapist, laid down on the bed and spread her legs. Put a dick in my mouth. Of course you did.
Full costume. Just jumps on the bed on her back, spreads her legs, and is like, give me some of that dick.
Listen, we are all going to fuck. I promise you. I just need to make it up to that 6th floor. Eventually, we do make it up to that 6th floor. And the 6th floor changed my life. It was the most amazing part of the party. When we go up there, we go up the fire stairs. The entire staircase is shaking. And already I'm like, I love this. And you're working your way up and it feels very, very similar to, I don't know why for me, it felt very, very similar to walking into clubs in New York City, because in New York City, to these clubs there and the walls would be shaking.
It's like that when you open that door, the sound is just...
You can physically feel the sound. So when we walk through the door, I'm expecting to see just a hallway with a bunch of people in it. It was so much more. It was blacked out.
At the very end was the DJ, and he was pretty much the only regular light was right over his table. Everything else was lasers. It was red lights. It was moving lights. There were LED strips going up and down the floor.
And I'd say like every other room was open. And then once you went into the room, those rooms were decorated very similar or a little bit different. But those rooms are also dark and lit very, very well. In the hall,
some people are pushed up against the wall, like making out or giving a blowjob, and you just kind of push around them.
It was like a fraternity party meets a rave meets an apocalyptic party at the end of the world. It's just what it felt like an apocalyptic in the sense of if someone found a hotel and took it over and threw a rave in a hotel.
Like the end of days, balls out kind of thing.
It was amazing. We just stayed up there and just really felt the vibe. Shivers Magic Mushrooms got us through that entire event. They worked wonders for both of us.
I was a little scared to do the microdosing of their legal mushrooms, but he was like, no, it's not going to get you high. It just gives you it gives you energy and that clarity and everything's a little more intense. So I was like, give it to me. And think that I wouldn't have made it to the 6th floor if it wasn't
I don't think
for
so
this.
either. I'm just glad that we knew the owner at that point.
Absolutely.
Because then we just had free stuff.
Yeah.
So I was eating them like Tic Tacs. Thank you, Shivers, for getting us through that night with ease. I literally didn't crash until on the plane at like 9 o'clock in the morning. Thank you. If people want them, where do they go?
Go to one of our websites, Room 77 Life, or go to shivers.store. Use the promo code R77 and you can save 10%.
It was awesome.
And there you go. Holiday Inn. Who knew? And it was fucking amazing.
Right. I didn't have to pay a ticket to have dinner with anybody. Then we were like, all right, well, let's all go fuck. Yeah. Nobody's available. Everybody's split off. They're nowhere to be found. It's like 3 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah.
Our flight's in an hour.
Sorry about that, Richard.
So like it was all in all, it was a really, really great time. Physically, I was never raped.
Right. It never got to happen.
Emotionally, that took a toll. There's turmoil that came with all of those threats. But also, I feel empty because I never was raped.
So sorry. It's one of the things that it's like what you were saying about just you have to understand your environment, understand the people in that party, and you adjust and make the best of that party. And we did. We had a really great time.
Yeah, we did. And again, it doesn't mean that it makes it a good party or a bad party. There could be a really, really ugly looking party.
Right.
That could be amazing. Like you walk in, you're like, the setup's horrible. The venue's horrible.
Right.
And you're like, I had the best time ever at that party. Because whatever reason, right? Whatever reason.
Who knows? Or on the other hand.
Or you could have a ticket that you paid for $1,500 a head for. They have wine
fancy
and champagne.
dinners.
And you're like, that was the worst money I've ever spent in my entire life, and I'm walking out with blue balls. This is common. It's just like, it can look pretty and be horrible.
Yep.
Man, it can look not pretty and be amazing, just like the people that you fuck in the lifestyle. So the difference is being able to open yourself up to what the vibe that's happening at that party. Sometimes a party can evolve in real time and it can sort of ebb and flow. We've seen that happen at Desire. It's gone from dead to a raging party.
Totally.
Usually it winds up with one sort of vibe, and then that part that's not feeling it is left on the outskirts. And they're wondering why they can't change the entire party for what they want rather than joining it. So don't be that person. What did we learn? Just adjust. Make sure that you are adjusting to the party. The party is not going to adjust to you.
Exactly.
Or you can just come to Flirt in February, where it is absolutely perfect, on target. You don't have to adjust because we nailed it. And I don't say that just because it's true. I also say it because we benefit from it monetarily. All right, that's it. We will see you next time.
Ready for this?
If you enjoyed this episode, make sure to go leave a positive review.
For more information, go to room77life.com.
Thanks for stopping by Room 77.
We had a blast.
Now get your clothes and get out.